Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Baba Is You, which is the name of this game. Bam, nailed it, definitely on the first try. I don't know why, the last two attempts, total war, came out of my mouth. Surprise, your buddy SB has strategy games on the brain, who would have thought? So I think I've got this one figured out. I think I know what the answer is. I was just playing with it a little bit, trying to sort of reorient myself. You know, we took a little break here. It was the weekend. I needed to catch myself back up, put myself back in the Baba headspace. And I realized something. If you're using this tactic that we were using, at some point you generate the word Baba. And now we were trying to figure out a way to get an additional object into play, and I was like, man, is there some way to use the flag or something? But what I realized is the word Baba is super powerful here, right? Because we could do Baba has Baba, and if you do that, you can basically do anything. You can become an unstoppable pushing machine. So I'm pretty sure that we can do that. If we go text has Baba right now, and we push up. So I'm trying to we had to create the word Baba in a position where we can dig it out. So if we do text has Baba right now, we push the text upward, then we can, I think, here, we do this, and we make, if we do Baba has text, you know, my plan was to smash this, and then have, like, when we break this, the text will be there and we can push it out, but I didn't count correctly. If we do it this way, it's going to put the text in the corner. Hold on. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is a solution. As soon as I figured out that this was likely the thing, I started recording, and maybe I should have worked it out another couple of steps first. I don't know. Hold on. So we need the word Baba to occur in the bottom row in a space where we've already dug the water out behind it, right? First push creates a Baba. Second push creates word. So we need it to be an even-numbered push where an odd-numbered push has dug out the space behind it previously. So like 1, 2... No, wait, but every even-numbered push has to be bottom row? Because otherwise, how do we get the... Hold on. Okay, let me... Push 1 does that. Odd-numbered pushes get you a Baba that you can just walk out. Even-numbered pushes create a piece of text that then has to itself be pushed. So, like, we know that going in the middle doesn't work for this step. Sorry, I probably really should have worked this all the way out before starting recording. Okay, so that's good. And then you do... Hold on, there we go. Let me create a formation of Babas here that lets me actually move the words around safely. So now, okay, if we run the Baba in here, then I can push the word Baba into the water to the right, and then that's gonna leave us with. I think this works. I think this is it. This is probably the intended solution. That's my guess. Okay, so we gotta be real careful. There we go. Yeah, because now we're gonna create the word Baba in a position. I was starting to get a little nervous that this was maybe not gonna work. And then I was probably gonna turn off the recording and start over again. Right, because if you do Baba has Baba, then when we run through the skull, it just... Is this gonna... No, okay, you can stand on a thing that's a defeat. It's when you move on to it that you lose. I was concerned that it was just gonna create an infinite death loop. But no, then we're good. Then in fact, we can just make flag is win. It's a little disappointing. I was really hoping we were going to figure out a way to just push through Baba is win. Whatever, I'll take it. I'll take it. We're not in a place where we can be super picky, I think, about our victories. Let's just take the wins that the wins that are on offer. All right, and then we'll go have a look at these two again real quick. So this one, we still have that same problem of like turn two of our 3 objects into the same thing, walk one of them through the water, and then have no way to You know what? I don't want to do this. It's an executive decision. We're not solving Broken Playground today. We'll come back. We'll get it later. I said we'd come back to these before, and we totally have come back and solved some of them. You can't argue that. Man, this one, it really feels like text is float needs to get broken somehow. I know there's no way to do it, but I'm done with this forest. I'm not done with this forest, but we're not solving any more levels in the forest today, probably. Okay, let's go back to Meta 3, where I also had some thoughts. What is the fastest way to actually do that? Is the fastest way to do that to come up here and... No, probably not. Hold on, let me back up a level. We'll just pick Baba up, or have Baba pick up the cursor here, and we'll... so I need to get Baba... There we go, on the same level as the cursor. This could be a little easier to navigate, you know? Alright, so... I also was looking at this, and I have some thoughts here. So I was trying a bunch of different versions of, like, block off the lava with 2 or 3 words, and trying to figure out exactly how many words I can prep for this purpose. If we go ahead and throw away the word win, which I'm pretty sure we do not need for any reason, we can salvage, like this number of objects. I'm pretty sure there is no solution that involves blocking the lava up here with like 3 words. The way that I thought maybe we could do last episode. I basically just like the math of the movement of the lava speed doesn't work, right? Now there is a version of this thing where we don't have to use quite so many words as last time to block the lava, because we can in fact create just a stack of 2 words and break the text to shift rule over here to have it stop there, but there's no version of even that relatively word efficient solution that ends us with more than 3 words in this area. So, a different idea. It looks like we have 6 objects here, right? 6 objects is still not really sufficient, because although we can now do text is shift up here, we can't get the words on top of each other, and even if we could, sacrificing 2 of them to this leaves us with 4 words, which doesn't let us block enough of the lava. But I think I was right last time about the flag being maybe useful. It's tough with this puzzle to tell, because we know we're going to have to solve it in multiple different ways. It's tough to tell which parts of the puzzle are going to be involved in which solutions, but I think if we use the flag, we have 7 objects here, and we have the ability to stack objects. So, if we do... We can afford to lose an is, right? If we do one of these, and then we do a flag as text, I think this might... Oh, flag is... Shoot, flag is flag. Well... I mean, we have text is shift. We have, just looking right at us here, text is shift, flag is shift. We can just make both of these objects move. Okay, how do we... I need to... Okay, this is needs to be pointed upward. And then we do text is shift and it shoves the flag. Yeah. Okay, I think this is doable. So then we push the flag up and then to the right. So we want the flag to be facing the right. And the word that's on it to be facing the right. And we're gonna, hold on, I'm gonna have to break some stuff here. So I don't want flag as shift or text as shift right now. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I thought that flag as text thing was gonna work, but I think this is totally... Because this is gonna leave us with 5 objects. Okay, I got like 70% of the way to the solution off camera. I think this is gonna work. Wait, why did that not... Text is shift, flag is shift. Why do they not shift each other? Huh. I really thought that was gonna work. Wait, why doesn't that work? Why does text is shift, flag is shift not make them move each other the way... Okay, well... Oh, hold on a second. That's probably why. Yeah, because what's happening is I'm moving to process the rule. The text is getting shifted before flag is shift becomes the law of the land. So hold on, then we have to get the rules to become active at the same time. Probably. The timing stuff, where some things happen before your push and some things happen after your push, is still kind of frustrating to me. Does this do the thing? Okay. But now we have to be ready to break one of these because, well, I guess it doesn't really matter which one. I was going to say, isn't that going to be a problem? But no, we just have to break either one of them once the word is kind of close. Yeah. Okay. And then we actually have enough words. I think I actually did... Okay. The solution I almost had was not quite right, but this is totally it. Y'all, I have no words for how happy I am that we are finally on the other side of this puzzle. Okay. That is that solution going to work for making level is flag is going to be a whole different... Well, no, level is flag is going to be easy enough to do because we could do a very similar thing. Just make sure we stop it so the word flag is right there instead of right there, and then push level is down. So actually, I think we totally solved this, and the belt was 100% just red herring nonsense. Well, in one sense, I'm frustrated that it took me that long. In another sense, I'm pleased with myself that I noted that it could be possible that some of the objects might be red herring nonsense. Okay, we made it all the way to level 4 of this area that has at least 12 levels that we can tell. How many dots do we see? So like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then also these. Oh my god, this series is going to 100 episodes. Alright, let's have a look inside the canister. You know, they always tell you, the hooded figures, as they walk by, they're always murmuring, "Don't look inside the canister." And I never took them seriously. I guess we'll find out if that was actually good advice. So we got a belt that is shift. Skulls are defeat and skull, but obviously we got some issues down here. This whole area is very strangely constructed, actually. What is going on there? Why is the word flag down there twice? So we have is word. Word is like an incredibly powerful thing. Is it at all possible to make anything word except for belt? I don't think so. There's no way to get something back out. Even if the belt wasn't there shifting, the way the pipes are constructed, there's no way to push something back out and move it around. So, okay, it's at some point we're going to do belt as word, probably. We could use the belt. Man, maybe we don't do belt as word at any point, because we could use the belt to move down. No, we can't. I was going to say we could use the belt to move down belt as shift. But actually, let's try something here. I'm pretty curious about whether... Like, I guess if we do this, it'll let us move the word shift down one space, then we can get in behind it. But the word is won't be movable in the same way. So yeah, we do this. We can get the word shift down here. Can we do it with the is? Because if we could get the word shift down here, or if we could get the is down here, then we can make like... What would we do? We do like skull is shift, doesn't do anything unless we get the skulls on top of each other. We need like skull is move. We could potentially make rocket is shift, which would allow us to dig the phrase is word out of the corner, right? Because we could push this over and it would... How would we get the is down here? Because it's not... Once the belt is no longer shift, this is more complicated. And there's no way to make... Alright, let's restart it here. It does seem like rocket is shift is maybe useful. If you make belt is word, you're just going to make it impossible for yourself to access the area down here. So that's bad. That's a bad thing to do. You can push one of the belt words out and get access to it up here, though. So maybe the idea is you're supposed to... Huh. No, I have no idea. I have no idea what the hell we're doing here. Because, like, in the end, making skull is word, first of all, wouldn't help, and secondly, isn't possible, because skull is skull. So, like, how do we actually solve this issue? I suppose if we were able to... No, we're not going to be able to push a belt over to move one of the skulls, because even if we did push a belt over into this space, it would be facing to the right when we did so. We don't have access to... Man. Is there some kind of clever thing we might do with is word that I'm missing? Obviously, skull is word, even if we could do it, wouldn't help, because it would just create an area over here that we can't move into. This one's a lot simpler than the last one, but still a problem for me. Yeah, what are we supposed to do with is word? How is word helpful here? We can't... Well, okay, hold on, sorry. Skull is word probably is not blocked by skull is skull, because it's not a redefinition. It's a word as an adjective. So that I bet that actually does still work. And then you could be like... then you have the word skull, and you could be like, skull is something... No. Nope, no idea. No idea why that would be helpful, but I do think it's a thing we can do. So we can use the belt to potentially move a word or two down into the lower area. I could get the is down there. But that's really it, right? Like, we can get belt or is or shift down there, but none of them do anything by themselves. If we could get... If we could get two words down into the bottom area, we could at least do something. But we can't separate the is word. If we could separate is word, if we could liberate this is to use it for other stuff, it would certainly be helpful. And once we make belt is word, there's no way to get that text to... Oh, I don't know, You probably all saw what I was doing there. I was thinking like text. So I thought doing that was going to make the belts into the word belt. No, it makes the belts function as... Okay, that is... That is more doable. Yeah, okay, sorry. I feel a little silly on that one. We hadn't seen the word is in a while, is going to be my excuse. But we still can't actually use this to make stuff... to make the belt push stuff down. Okay, sorry, we can. Let me restart. We're going to go ahead and push the word shift down a space, like we did at the beginning of the puzzle. Because now... this construction reads as belt is shift once belt is word. Yeah, I'm still shaking the rust off my brain is the thing, and we've now got a situation here where we can liberate both of these words, which is awesome. Okay, now that we can do that, we can in fact make rocket is shift, which allows us to do this thing. We're not going to be able to retrieve the word belt still? Oh no, I can move in under it. No, so we're cool. So now we have all this stuff to play with. And now that I remember what the word operator does, maybe we can figure something out here. So, skull is defeat and skull. I'm assuming that even if we got skull as word down here, it probably wouldn't help. We could make... by making belt is shift again, or by making belt is word again, we can build belt is shift down here in this way. And then that would allow us to move... that would allow us to move one more word down. There's no way... I think there's no way to move the rest of the words down, right? Because as soon as one word gets slid down a little bit, we're gonna break belt as word. So what word do we want down here? Is it belt? The way this is constructed, we could break belt as shift, build belt as word right here, push it all the way through, and then make belt as shift happen again. Actually, no, we couldn't, because I couldn't get down here to rebuild that. So what word do we need down here? What helps? What is useful? It's probably word, right? Because then we have an is already. Rocket is word, doesn't do anything. Skull is word, doesn't really do anything. I don't think. No. The only way skull is word has any effect is if you can push these two down, because then it would read as flag is win, skull is flag, and that explains the construction of this area, but there's no way to push this down. Boy, how are you supposed to... how would you do that? The skulls are facing downward. Oh, no, okay. If we grab the word belt, skull is shift. Yeah, I do need the word belt, don't I? Because if skull is shift, allows me to push the word belt to here, and then we make belt is flag, flag is win, and it's trivial to win from there. So the question is, how I belt is word. I guess, you know what, it's not even that hard to do, I guess. You want to do, like, this. We get these in the corner here like this. Then we make is shift, and none of that turns on until the word belt is pushed into place. Except I can't. There we go. There we go, you know? He gets there eventually. That's what they always say about me. So wait one cycle, it'll push down, and then that'll break. And then, yeah. Yeah, man. That's how you do it, I think. Skull is shift. Belt goes on the skull. Bam. Eventually. I'm so glad that we managed to solve a whole puzzle in meta in a single episode. I feel really good about that. Alright, so we're still looking for a way to generate a flag. But also we have to have a Baba. Yeah, so we're assuming one of these two levels will give us a way to either make a flag or make a Baba, and if it's a Baba, then we can turn this level into a flag. And that'll allow us to push stuff through the doors. And I have no idea. It'll reset the puzzle it'll reset the state of this puzzle every time we go into a level and come back out, right? So if we use the flag to break this door, and then we go into level 7, when we come out of level 7, it'll be Baba and flag in here again, and this door won't be broken yet. Which'll, I mean, okay, that'll cause some weirdness, but let's just focus here for a second. Alright, level meta 5. Level is Baba is possible. Cliff is not fall and not Baba. So how do we make anything win? Cliff is stop. Huh. What is level? Level is fall is gonna have everything except the cliff fall? Ah, so it'll make the word win fall, right? Oh. I would like to rewind, please. Okay, it makes the entire structure of the level fall off the bottom of the level. Well, that's weird. I was... What about not Baba is fall? Generally, constructions that are like not Baba is X don't affect the text, right? Yeah. Huh. So it's trivial to create level as Baba, and we can start playing with the meta level thing here, but I'd like to try to also solve this. Collect our little... You know how I feel about numbers going up. So it is probably critical to note that the word cliff and the word Baba are both at the top of the screen and accessible. In fact, Baba's accessible in a couple of places, in addition to the Baba we have over here. So it might be possible to do something with that. I guess we do only have the one is, though. You know how things like this always are. Okay, so not Baba is fall doesn't really help. We have an on. Level... Out of curiosity, if we do level on Baba is fall, then the level as a whole won't fall, right? It'll just be any object that I occupy the same space as. We just need to try some stuff. We need to fiddle around a little bit. Don't ever let anyone tell you. Nope. Okay, the whole level is already on Baba, it turns out. Boy, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'd have a lot more... That would add up to me a little bit more if this level were Baba already or something. Not level on Baba is fall. Means what? Okay, this works the way that I wanted the other thing to. Not that that's useful, but it does, you know, it's something. Okay, so cliff is never fall. We have to figure out a way to make the text fall, I guess? Not level on Baba is fall doesn't help a whole lot, though, because I can't occupy the space of that text. Not Baba on level is fall. That's not going to do anything. That's going to be the same as not Baba is fall, right? Because everything is on level? Probably. But we're going to try it, because who knows what kind of wild things could happen. You know, the reality of Baba is you is just it's a very complicated thing. Okay, everything that is not a Baba and is on this level, fall. Okay, yeah, I'm sure that would have, if these still were up here, I'm sure they would have fallen. Pretty much what I figured. So... how do we affect this text? If there was some way to... Can you make a phrase like, cliff is stop on Baba? Does that work? And that makes the cliff only stop when... Or does it have to be... Okay, no, the on has to be before the is. I kind of figured that would be the case, but... I had some hope. So because the cliff is stop, cliff on Baba is fall doesn't do anything. Does cliff not on Baba is fall work? Probably no, because the cliff is not fall is going to make this non-functional. Yeah. Here's the thing about Baba. My dude Baba, he is level. It's just empty. It's not even accessible. It's just an empty garbage level. This Baba has no level deep in his heart. So I guess that's a thing, right? Most of the game has been spent trying to get us into the idea that objects generally do not have properties aside from a name, right? And then like us playing the game plays with our assumption of what properties things might have a lot, but it actually is a property that things have, whether or not they have a level inside of them and what property that is, because there's no way to assign it or reassign it. That is actually just part of the object itself. Interesting? Not really. Not super useful, but it is a thing that's true. So cliff can never be fall. And it seems like we have no way of making the text fall. So I'm really not sure how to do this. Anything that is not the level is now Baba. What does that do? Oh, interesting. Why is that that? I'm not sure. These things are not level. So it would have turned the cliffs into us too, if the cliffs were not. So the word level, I was kind of thinking that the word level referred to all of the objects in the level, and that's why level is empty, empties all the spaces, because it was applying is empty to each space. But it does not actually work that way. So not level. There's no way we can use that to make the cliff do anything now, because the only things we can do to the cliff are things that we explicitly cannot do to the cliff. Level on not Baba is fall is the same as yeah, that's nothing. Because the cliff won't fall. And we did level on Baba is fall, and it still fell, right? Is this gonna be the same? Is the level considered to be on Baba? This might do nothing, actually. Because we know we certainly have a suspicion based on the thing that happened with level on Baba that nope, that also is just. So the level is simultaneously on Baba and not on Baba. Yeah, weird. Well, cliff is not Baba, but cliff could be level though, right? We can make the cliff spaces into empty levels. And then level is fall presumably works. Hold on, I have to push this out here to retrieve it. Yeah, we'll just make some empty inaccessible garbage levels here. Oh, nope, sorry, don't do that. Level is fall's bad to do. But that's, why did I think that was going to be any different? That's clearly the same thing. What I was trying to do is make space above the word level. I'm kind of curious about not level is fall in this situation. Okay, so these things are levels, and the only way to assign a quality to them is to do level is X, but then that also assigns the quality to this as a whole. If we do level is Baba, it's just going to pull me out of the... It's just going to pull us out of this puzzle, right? So... has this actually helped us? Not really, and the fact that level is stop is a real issue. For a second there, I thought I really had figured something out. The way the word stop is used, we can't make level as not stop. We can make not... Okay, we have some access to some knots up here. Not Baba is fall would probably not destroy the whole outer part of the level, like the level that we're inside of, but might affect the objects inside the puzzle that are levels? No, it doesn't. It's possible that turning the cliffs into levels was not the right idea. So we can't do... Not level is not fall is not going to do anything. Why do we have an on? Level... We can't use the on to conditionally apply traits to levels because level is always both on and not on Baba. And also level is stop, so even if that other thing wasn't a problem, this would still be a problem. What if you do not Baba is level? It makes, I'm assuming it makes the cliff level and also the, like, rocky textures, yeah. So that doesn't help anybody. That just makes more garbage levels. Alright, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and do a level as Baba. We'll come back and get our dandelion seed later. Alright, now we need to go... Oh, how's this... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Reset. I need to... There we go. I need to make sure we're going into the correct Baba. We're going to turn this one into a flag, which we totally know how to do. And then we're gonna make some other stuff happen. If it wasn't clear to you, I'm not 100% clear on what my plan is. If you're feeling like you're in the dark, just know that you are not the only one. Wait. I was like, this won't be a problem. We'll just put the word flag on the thing, and then we'll make level as flag. But actually, that's not trivial, because we need the word flag over here to push stuff over. Well, no, sorry. It's way easier because we don't have to engage with this part of the puzzle at all. So for this, we can totally do the flag, the text on the belt, and then text is shift part. Except, that's going to make flag belt, level is flag belt. Will that turn the level into both things? If it's both things, it's fine, I guess, as long as it's a flag. Let's see. Let's find out. Let's do the solution. So I might have accidentally... been solving the wrong puzzle for a lot of our time in here. So sorry, we're gonna need a flag, or we're gonna need this. We're gonna need one of these is. Could you maybe not do that? Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna need another. We're gonna need the word flag down here. So sorry, let me push this into the position it's going to end up in, so that it's out of the way. Bring the word flag down, push the word flag back up. Belt is text, we got a belt flag here. I really actually have no idea what's going to happen. Okay. Now, we make text is shift, and then we can get that to exactly where we want it, and then break it at any time. So we just walk it over to where it says level, and I guess we see what happens. Yeah, I don't know what this is going to do, because... well, no, okay. We have actually done this before, though, with the puzzle with the bug and the skull. So this is totally going to make an object that's... It's going to create a flag and a belt in the same space. And then our Baba is going to push the flag, but not the belt. Which one of these is... So that's the level? They're both the level. Which means we could go into here and do this again. No, never mind. I was going to say we could go into here and do this again, and in doing so, just continually, like, make a ton of flags. Right, and just keep moving them off and then producing new flags. But if we did that, it would reset this thing's position, right? Going into and then out of a level resets the position of all the level objects. So it would just be flags on top of each other. And when we push multiple things that are spatially coincident and open onto a thing that's shut, they all break, right? I think? Man, I don't know. But the point is we can do this. Alright, wait, come back over here and get me, Baba. There we go. I need a ride to level 7. We'll figure out level 6 later, you know? Boy, and then we have this stuff that we can now play with. We could grab the is and push it over here to make ghost is open. So we could spend our flag to open a thing and then still... I guess if we turn one of these levels into a ghost, then that'll allow us to open this door, which doesn't necessarily do a whole lot. Okay, I don't know, man. Hold on. We'll get there. Let's have a look at the Bramblevine. Let's all just jump into the Bramblevine, shall we? That's going to be a fun time. Hedge near Baba is more. So I can strategically grow the hedge. Oh, the hedge is defeat, though. But if I do this... Interesting. Huh. Why would I do that? I guess you do that because me is fall? So you're trying to construct a body for me to fall onto that will help walk it across. So the belt is shift. So you grow the hedge out to make it so that you're trying to build a bridge for me to walk onto. So how many spaces across is this? 4. I'm assuming I bet we have almost enough things with the rock and the phrase rock is push. Right, you want to do like... Yeah, so we need the hedge to cover 2 of these spaces. And we probably don't actually want the rocks in the way right now, because I need to be able to move away from the hedge. So let's see if we can train the hedge upward to cover some of this space. So I can do this at any time I can step up to make it stop growing out. Even though you would think it would still grow out in this case. Okay, so I probably want to make it fill the wall. Oh. But if I step out even one step further, it does grow up alongside me, and then that creates an issue. Oh, but I could use the rocks. I could carefully place the rocks in such a way as they help us control the growth of the hedge. But we know the hedge will grow into a space that is filled with a thing that isn't more. So, or that isn't push. So we have to be pretty careful about this one. Okay, so that's gonna let me do this. But it doesn't really, like, I can't then step back down. And if I do that, I just fill the space. How do I get the hedge to come up around the rock and start growing this way? Huh. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And then I assume beating this is going to open up 8, and 8 probably has some ability to turn the level into a thing. Yeah, it's the only other level over here. So probably 8 can turn into a ghost, would be my guess. Alright. I think I basically see what we're doing here. So how do we make this work? In theory, if I can grow the hedge around such that we can create a horizontal surface here for me to walk on, then we could do that to any length, right? So I guess all of the rocks potentially could just be used for controlling the growth. Even the phrase rock is push, really. Okay, so how do we control the growth? Because the idea is you create a surface all the way across. You have to go across and push down Mia's move, and then you just have to wait for me to walk over. And because Baba is not push, it's not a problem. Like, the fact that you're in this space is not a problem. Me will just fall into you and then walk through and open the door. So, how do we, in fact, control the growth of the bush in a way that's actually, like, helpful? I'm not 100% clear on this. So if I make it so it doesn't grow left one of these times, then that makes it impossible for it to ever start growing again. You don't want to do that, because I'd have to walk into a space and then get consumed by it. That's not a helpful thing to do, it turns out. Blocking the growth on the bottom row is similarly not going to do anything. What I need is to get it to grow left of me somehow. Maybe if we leave a rock here. Wait, what was my plan here? Because I need to be able to grab it from top right, right? Boy. Yeah, how do you do this? Probably this was like very simple for some of the people in the audience. We definitely can't approach it from an orthogonally adjacent space. And it will just grow over a rock that's not push. Yeah, okay, just making sure. If you do rock is push now, it's not going to hinder the growth out of the space. Yeah. So I would need it to have grown... I would need to have grown further to the left. Looks like this totally works. If we make rock no longer push now... No, it still doesn't. I can get to the top, I can get up and to the right of this particular space, but that isn't actually the thing I need. But I could... if rock was still pushed, then I could push another rock to here, encourage its growth there, then make rock no longer push, and now I can actually get up and to the right of a space while not being directly above another space, and that does let me tend its growth this way. Oops, I pressed the wrong direction there. Oh no! So we're close. It needs to not feel that it's safe to grow into that space, but also... How do you do that? Because I need rock not to be push in order for it to grow out when I move here. And we can't block this space to prevent the bush from growing into it with the phrase rock is push, because me has to be able to cross it No, me doesn't have collision. Will that work? Hold on. Let me fiddle with this. So it was right here, right? Let's just see what happens. I know, but rock can't be pushed, right? It's just a word there, just a thing that has the. Oops, that's not what I want. Up, up, right. That's just like not in the correct place. I don't know why I thought that was the right spot. There we go. Right, I think this is going to interfere with me's walking, isn't it? But it's like close. Yeah, because now, yeah, we're gonna create an issue there. The fact that me is not push doesn't matter because the word is push. So it's like, so I have to do something different here. We can't use an object to block the growth of the hedge in that space. I just have to. But how do I do something different there? With the growth of the hedge, I don't really have a lot of options at that moment, right? And going up or anything is obviously not going to be very doable there. There's no way for us to have... Is there a way for us to have the rock be right there? So it would have to be like the rock is right here, and rock is push right now, but somehow rock becomes no longer push afterward. So I have to cause either me or my actual movement to break the rock, or to break the phrase. But there's no way to do that, because we either have to have, like, the only way for that to work. The only way for that to work would be for the phrase rock is pushed to be in these three spaces. And we could do that, you know, we could get a word to be in the same space as the push by making the rock or a word to be in the same space as the rock by making the rock not push for a little while, such that when I go up here, bam, rock is no longer push, but then the me can't walk through the rock anyway because we have the word rock and the word is in the walking path. The only other way for me to affect the phrase is to have it in these spaces, but then obviously all I do is just push it upward. We can't have the me break the phrase by walking. Right? Because in order for the me to break the phrase by walking, it would have to break the phrase by pushing one of the words out to the left. Because if it pushes a word to the right, we're back in the same spot. And that can't happen because, like, the idea would be that, yeah, that can't happen. We're close-ish. Like, that's almost a solution, but unfortunately it is not a solution. Yeah, I don't know. It's possible that I'm just doing the bush growth part wrong. Because, yeah, like, if you could make it so that... Could I make the hedge break it somehow? No, right? Just wondering if it's possible to have the growth of the hedge, because it would have to break after the hedge, after the rock stops the hedge from growing into this space. There's just no room for that to happen. Maybe the idea is that you go up earlier? Alright, let's play with the growth of the hedge a little bit more. So break rock is push. I need to understand this a little better. Okay, so going up... Oh, that's interesting. That just works. So apparently the problem is I was growing the hedge wrong. Yeah, that's an alright solution, I suppose. Okay, so that creates a path for me to get back into this room. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Alright, mutual feelings. Like I said, I assume this will allow us to turn the level into a ghost. No, actually, there is no ghost here. This does allow us to turn the level into a flag. So Baba is push, rock is you. I mean... That's not even a level. Why are there teleporters? Oh, that's not at all what I wanted to do. What am I even doing over here? Hold on. Baba, I need you to come over here and pick me up. Damn it. Well, this has complicated things somewhat. Reset the state. Alright, Baba, avoid the flag for a second. There we go. Alright, deposit me on this line. This game has gotten a little weird. Some of the things that are going on here have gotten a little weird. Okay, mutual feelings. I'm trying to figure out, like, is there a reason for all the stuff that's happening here to be this way? I mean, obviously this lets you make level as flag and level as Baba quite easily. Which I guess is the whole deal. But it just feels like there's a lot of... Like, why is the love telly? Does that have an actual use? Let's do this for the moment. Now we can have Baba do this thing, and then this thing, and then come over here and... Nope, that's bad. There we go. Come over here and do this. I did it, y'all. What did I accomplish here? What have I done? I'm not 100% clear on how we would ever access this part. Because aren't you necessarily going to break Baba as you by doing it? I guess we would have to beat a level somewhere that opens up a big ol' path. So yeah, this level being a flag isn't helping anybody. This level being a Baba would similarly not be helpful to anybody, and it can't be anything else, right? Well, the text isn't float. So I suppose part of the value of the tele keyword existing is that we could move some of the text around, right? If we pushed the Baba under the word rock, for instance, and I can't do that because, right, the Baba would have to not be push before I pushed it. And we can't push anything from these two phrases. I don't know, man. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe there's no reason to use it. I'm just trying to figure out, like, can we make level as rock? Can we make level as love? If we could, would those things be useful? It looks like, yeah, rock and love are both not on here. So there's no good reason to do that. I guess all there is to do with mutual feelings is turn it into a flag. And eventually that will be useful. Not yet, but eventually. For right now, I guess we do actually have to complete Avalanche. That's what it looks like to me. Baba is not level on fall. Got it. So we have a couple of nouns, we have a couple of knots at the top of the screen, in addition to an awful lot of words in the middle of the screen. We can turn the cliff into a level, but doing so makes it impossible to turn it into anything else. So, like, the primary value of turning the cliff into anything would be to make it so that you can make it fall, right? But it doesn't work with level. There's nothing else we can make the cliff. This is probably like a relatively simple answer. This is not going to be complicated like the level is flag thing was, in terms of like the number of bits you have to execute. But I just do not see it, and I have no idea what the on is for. But presumably that's important. Yeah, man. I have no idea. I'm just looking at this and I'm totally blank. Okay, I mean, we're at the hour. We could just stop here. But also, I do want to keep trying to make a little bit of progress back on the original map with the puzzles that we didn't actually finish. And I guess there's a couple we still have to finish on the other things too. I don't know, it's probably not. Hold on, let me do this. There we go. So there's like 1 or 2 puzzles left in... Oh no, there's a bunch of puzzles left in depths. All of the pip puzzles except for the one that's inside the flag. Yeah, that's actually a ton of stuff left to do. And then there's still also a handful on this map and in the letter area, right? Well, okay, let's have a look at one of the ones in the level area just really quickly. Maybe I'll have a bolt of inspiration here. Oh, this thing, right. So, you gotta get past the Kiki and the Baba, both of which are stop. Kiki, near Kiki, is... I mean, they're not explicitly not push. Right, they're stop, but they're not push. So if you had Baba is push and Kiki is push... Is there a way to make that work? The position of the word Baba here is definitely a complicating issue. Kiki is Kiki and Baba is Baba, so you can't redefine them to be the same guy to let you double apply push. Making them telly doesn't do anything because they're stopped, so you can't push an object onto them for them to teleport anyway. You could make them float and then push the ice under them and then make them not float anymore? Does that work? And then they're just on the ice? No, they're stop. So you still can't. The stop keyword doesn't float. Like the terrain blocking doesn't float up. You still can't push stuff under them. But if they were telly, hold on. I have a question. If Kiki is telly, how does that work? Now, unfortunately, this is a little random, because stuff is... Can I sometimes teleport to the space Kiki is? No. When you have multiple objects, or more than 2 objects that are telly, it's a little awkward. But it looks like maybe the stop keyword is preventing me from ever teleporting to it, because it's... Otherwise, I would expect to teleport there within a relatively small number of cycles, even if it does choose a random out portal every time you touch it. So, or every cycle rather. So that's not going to work. It's not going to be that simple. Also, why do I have the word "is" spelled out? Is it just for to make spacing crappy? It's possible that's all it is. It's just trying to make things difficult so that it's harder to do a cross somewhere. Float, telly, and push. We can't redefine the Baba or the Kiki. I mean, if Kiki was push and Baba was push, that would do it, though, right? So how do you... You can't use the telly to change the rules around because the text is float and thus will not teleport. Oh, unless you make the ice float, I suppose. In which case, that totally works. I think, right? If ice, sorry, I need my is back real quick here. If ice is float and telly, I think it will in fact. So we do this, it's not affecting the text. And then we do this, and it begins to affect the text, right? Yes. Okay, so you can use it. You can use the ice to toggle rules on and off. Is that helpful? And you also have this near keyword. So Baba... If we use the... right, I should probably turn that off. Just I need that not to be happening. Can we make the words far enough? I'm wondering if we can use the... use this to make... Baba... If you do like Baba, near, Kiki, I, S, no. What we really need is to get the word push all the way out to here somehow. Because then you could have Baba near Kiki is push and Kiki is push at the same time. But unfortunately, we're not creating quite enough space, and obviously, this wall is a real problem for making multiple things push. If you're making Baba push, I feel like that was at least kind of close. So, is there a way to add one more space of distance there? Well, probably not, because if that could work, then you wouldn't need the ice to solve the problem. Or the teleporter. And sometimes they do give us things that don't matter. But this is a lot of stuff that doesn't matter. This would be a whole lot of red herrings. I'm not sure what the... There are a lot of questions I have about the way this puzzle is designed. Baba near Kiki is... It doesn't help us to have... It seems like it doesn't help us to have these traits, any of these traits, be conditionally assigned. I suppose if you made like Kiki near ice is something, then that gives you the ability to turn the thing on and off by pushing the ice around. But what would the thing be? What would you do in that case to make that make sense? It doesn't help us to use the ice to like relocate the word push, because we need them both to be push at the same time. Right? Yeah. That's extremely not what I meant to do. It does let you get underneath some text, which I don't think is helpful. But like if you were to do... It'd be really cool if this ice was not telly right now. There we go. If you were to do something like this... And then make the ice no longer push... Okay. So what we want is... ice is telly. Ice is float. Wait, I did that. It's in a real goofy way. The ice is supposed to be one tile further up. I was just trying to figure out, like, it's not the case that... I don't think this is going to work no matter how we do it. But I'm desperate. There we go. Yep, that's what I was afraid was going to happen. I need to break ice is push. Get the push out of there. No, this just doesn't work. No matter how... There's probably a way to assemble this such that it makes sense. Like, ice is float. Kiki is... There we go. There we go. I got there eventually. That's the right shape. But it doesn't solve the problem, right? Because there's no moment here where... Yeah, I can hold down all day and nothing happens. I was hoping that my understanding of the timing was bad there, because otherwise I don't see how to solve the puzzle. But we'll get there eventually. You know, we'll figure out how to work all of these out eventually. Probably there will be some that I will get legitimately stuck on. This strategy of bouncing around is only going to work for so long. At some point we're going to run around, or we're going to run out of things to bounce around to, and I'm not really sure how I'll handle that. I might try to look for some hints online, I suppose, when we get to the point where we're down to like a pretty small number of puzzles remaining and I still can't solve any. I don't know. It's a bridge we can cross when we come to it, I suppose. For now, for today, we are out of time. That is going to be it for us. Thank you all so much for watching. We're making some kind of weird progress. It is totally still happening. When you come back next time, tomorrow, it will continue. We will definitely not solve 0 puzzles tomorrow. I have so much confidence in that. And we'll see you then.